No matter how much we beg or even collect petitions, the mysterious town will not return. Even though there are pages of fan-made content, reading them won't taste like the truth. What we can do in this situation is to search for deleted and unreleased extra scenes from the cartoon. Fortunately, we did this research for you. In this video, I'm going to show you 10 interesting unreleased scenes from the mysterious town. Get ready to descend into the deep mystery behind the mystery of the mysterious hut. Before moving on to the video, if you like our content, don't forget to take 2 seconds and subscribe to our channel. First, the finale of the mysterious town was definitely legendary, and as you know, we watched this legendary finale spread over 3 episodes. From this final episode, we go to the first, Weird Apocalypse Episode 1. One of the best scenes of this episode was when Dipper and Wendy drive through strange bubbles that transform themselves into various beings. The scene inside these bubbles in the expanded section is longer. The scene where Dipper and Wendy transform into their voice actors Jason Ritter and Linda Cardellini. In a few extra scenes, we see that Dipper is controlling all the details with his hands, and Wendy is satisfied with the situation. The later deleted scene contains only shouting, while the extended scene contains dialogue. Episode 15 of the second season gives us a whole new perspective on unicorns. These creatures may be very beautiful, but they are actually capable of manipulative deception. Translated as the last Mabel unicorn. In this episode, the nerves are running high between Mabel and her friends and the unicorns. Eventually they start attacking each other. Well, there is no after. The scene is cut there. So what happened in the unicorn-human war? The only thing that will illuminate this is the deleted scene of this episode. Yes, the production team prepared the animation of this fight. Have you ever wondered what would happen if a unicorn was locked in the neck and punched in the face? If you did, you are lucky because these scenes exist. The reason why this scene was cut must be the measure of violence it contains. You know, the show ran over a single summer break. This limitation of the series forced the writers of the series to be more creative. The men produced a new feast. Summer Halloween. Halloween is celebrated on October 31st every year. It is not possible to celebrate the summer. The writers of the series also solved the problem by producing Summerween, or Summer Halloween. In an episode from Season 1, there's a scene where Dipper looks at the poster for the Summer Halloween party. The part we need to pay attention to in this image is the SNP approved line on the poster. SNP is an acronym for Standards and Practices, the institution that reviews cartoons and decides whether to publish them. The creator of the series, Alex Hirsch, is the person who added this ironic text to the series later. Have you ever wondered what it says before changing it? It was written that the Spin the Bottles game was played. It's really interesting that the name of this game needs to be censored. Now we're going to Season 2, Episode 16. In this episode called Roadside Attraction, Gravity Fall residents were embarking on an adventure outside the town. As a result of the events, Seuss was stuck in the labyrinth. She preferred not to leave the center of the labyrinth, so as not to get lost even more. The alternative ending plot proceeds differently. The extra drawings we learned thanks to Gravity Fall animator Emmy Cicierega offer us a different scenario. In these images, a rescue helicopter is approaching Seuss. Instead of saving him, she hands him a piece of paper and comes back. We soon learn that the piece of paper handed to Seuss is a maze puzzle. In Weirdmageddon 2, Escape from Reality, we are visiting Mabel's country. In this episode, we meet Dippy Fresh, the cooler and perfect version of Dipper himself.
Wiggity wiggity, what's up, dude bros?
Towards the end of the episode, Dipper confronts Dippy and turns his head 180 degrees, officially breaking his neck. It wasn't aired on stage. Frankly, I'm surprised that Disney even released this deleted scene later. Dipper made some bold attempts throughout the season too, but this attack was too aggressive to actually air. Music festivals bring together people of all kinds. Gravity Falls' own celebration, the Woodstick Festival, is no different. Cupid comes to the festival, which takes place in the 9th episode of the 2nd season. Cupid's necklace was actually a transgender symbol. It was changed later. As you know, the god of love had the power to make any two creatures fall in love. In one scene of the episode, Cupid was pairing an old woman with another man. In the original, he paired the old woman with another woman. Although Alex Hirsch insisted that it not be changed, Disney did not allow it. At first glance, the land of Mabel may seem like the perfect place. But it wasn't hard for Dipper to realize that this false dimension was sinister and not very good. No one believed him, especially his sister, who had everything and got everything she wanted. In the deleted scene, Mabel summons a lot of delicious-looking pancakes while making the fish sing with her powers. Then Dipper breaks up the party and confronts Mabel. Then we watch the waffle guard stop Dipper's rule-breaking moves. The cut of the scene may be related to the time control of the series, and they may have thought that the scene might be too aggressive for the children. There's one more deleted scene in the last Mabelcorn. In this episode, Mabel thinks she has to have a pure heart to get a unicorn feather. She wants to do a lot of good for this, too. He does nice jobs like changing car tires, putting money on parking meters, and giving Seuss more cereal. Unfortunately, some of the good deeds they do don't turn out the way they want. While trying to recycle the plastic bottle, he accidentally causes the pickup truck to fall into the lake. Finally, he picks up 2 snails on the ground and places them on a plant. But seconds later, a dog eats the snails. It can be a little sad to watch the last credits scene of your favorite show. But Gravity Fall wanted to lighten this feeling a bit and put a collage of the interesting scenes of the series on the credits scene. There are actually more footage from this scene than posted. In one of these scenes, Ford and Stan try to approach a woman sitting on a bench, but she is frightened and runs away. Then they blame each other for this situation. In another fun scene, Dipper, Wendy, and Mabel go downstairs with the shopping cart. In another scene, Dipper and Seuss are wearing Pre-Doctoral Brothers t-shirts, referring to the section of land before the pig. Into the Bunker doesn't just solve many mysteries. It also helps develop the relationship between Wendy and Dipper. In one scene in the episode, Mabel pushes Dipper into the closet that Wendy is in. The closet, where the two are alone, turns into a path to a secret lab. They stick together after washing, which sterilizes the two before they go to the lab. In the deleted scene, there is more intimacy than the broadcast scene. In the deleted scene, Dipper's head lands on Wendy's chest. Then they quickly move away from each other. It's not allowed to be released naturally by Disney standards. Yes, friends, as you can see, there are many scenes that were not broadcast, although very interesting